What's going on, you guys? This is Cooked Vegetables back in here with another podcast for you guys, man. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing, wonderful, wherever you happen to be in the world. The title of today's podcast is going to be Understanding and Overcoming the Devices of Evil, Part 3. This is the third part in a three-part series. In Part 1 and Part 2 of this series, we discussed what witchcraft is on a fundamental level and described some of its symptoms. Now, we will move into what I think many of you are most interested in, which is how to avoid witchcraft or counteract its effects in the event that you do encounter it. This is knowledge that every man of God absolutely needs to know if he is to fulfill his God-given purpose here on earth. The main reason why witchcraft tends to have such a high success rate is because it is hidden in plain sight and most people do not know what it is. I certainly had no idea what it was until I was firmly in its demonic grasp. To effectively combat witchcraft against your life, you need to be solid on the few things enumerated and described below. First, the ability to quickly spot people who operate in witchcraft. People who operate in witchcraft are often very secretive and crafty. They are usually the pathologically envious and jealous. They are the types who could be driving a Porsche but get mad at you because you got a used Corolla. These types have usually been operating in this energetically filthy practice for a long time and now know to keep their intentions secret until they lull their target into a false sense of safety. They know that striking when the target least expects it maximizes the devastation that the spell can have on the target. The key to keeping yourself safe here is to absolutely trust your intuition. It will usually warn you that something is off about a person and is rarely, if ever, wrong. However, most of us, especially when you're young, don't know to trust our gut, which leads many of us into brutal situations that could have been avoided. Please, brothers, as soon as you get a warning from that still voice within you, find a way to draw that interaction to a close, leave immediately, and lower contact with the individual. Next, recognition of the early warning signs of witchcraft being sent towards you. It is important to pay constant attention to how you feel, because it is usually a pretty good indicator of the quality of your energy. In the early stages of a spell being sent your way, you may find that you all of a sudden feel tired at an unusual for you time. You may also start to feel anxious and angry, even though you are usually a really chill guy. Your computer or other electronic devices might start to fluctuate and malfunction in silly ways, even though they're new or in good condition. If you experience multiple of these signs above over the course of consecutive days, stop what you are doing and pray against it. Send those evil spells back to sender. Timing is extremely important here because as soon as this energy really settles in on you, it is very difficult to get it off. It is much, much better to kick it out early before it gets a chance to settle in on you and wreck your life. Next, live a clean life so that you can keep your vibration high. As I mentioned before, harmful witchcraft is of an extremely low vibration. That energy is so toxic that it cannot hang around a place or situation that vibrates high for very long. As a result, it is very wise for you to always try to keep your vibration high by regular deep breathing, working to forgive people, eating healthy, drinking spring water, listening to uplifting music, avoiding alcohol, avoiding loose sex with harlots, etc. When you keep your vibration high, witchcraft has a lot less influence on you. This is why witches always try to push toxins on you, either by trying to make you angry or constantly pushing you to smoke, drink alcohol, and eat delicious but poisonous things. They do this because they need to create a negative vibration in you quickly in order for them to be able to hang around and orchestrate your demise. If you remain on a high vibration, they will be forced to leave you alone. As we are told in the Bible, in the book of James, I believe, "Submit therefore thyself unto God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Next, make sure you yourself aren't practicing any forms of witchcraft, no matter how minor. Like attracts like, so please make sure you aren't practicing any forms of witchcraft yourself. If you involve yourself in that energy, you automatically open yourself up to it. Please note that even petty gossip is actually a form of witchcraft, so please avoid it. Please stay away from gossiping about people, holding grudges, or giving people the evil eye out of jealousy. Although these are relatively minor forms, they are still forms of witchcraft. And lastly, a deep relationship with God. This one should be pretty simple. Our Lord is the master of the universe. If you have him in your corner due to your obedience of his laws, what can a witch really do? Yep, you guessed it, not much. Now please note that being a son of the Most High God doesn't give you the license to be reckless. We are commanded to be watchful and vigilant of our surroundings as much as possible. Please be careful with giving out items of your clothing or parts of you that contain your DNA to people who haven't earned your trust through consistent good behavior over time. Vet people thoroughly first before you let them into your inner sanctum. It could literally be a matter of life and death. The above are ways that you can keep yourself safe from the terrible effects of witchcraft and spell work. The major thing here is not to become fearful, but rather to realize that this harmful practice of witchcraft is very real and very dangerous, and that it is wise to protect yourself from it. That being said, if you follow the rules given by God, you can keep yourself safe from any detrimental effects. Till next time, brothers, Godspeed, and remain blessed. Brother Cooked.